Welcome to Smashing Through with Rebecca.x, where we don't just talk mindset, we live it, lead it, and build from it. The space where mindset isn't motivation, it's mastery. After 400 plus episodes and years of deep recalibration, I've learned one thing. The women who change their life, they don't wait for the strategy, they shift their identity. So let's smash through the noise and rise. TikTok. Time isn't what you think. Okay? This is not about the song or the social media platform. This is about time. Okay? So TikTok, time is not what you think. So time you may think of as where you are right now, stood or sat, listen to me right now, and you're moving forward. Now, we always say you keep moving forward, all of the things, but you may think time is you're moving forward towards a destination, okay? Now, sorry to burst your bubble, but I am real and raw. I'm just going to say it. Your destination is death. Okay, we'll just call it out there. It's reality, right? But time, of what my amazing American mentor has taught me, is that time is not from where you are right now and you're moving forward and that the gates are at the end, okay? Time, how I see it now, is like a big, massive desert. There's no beginning, there's no end. Okay, it's eternal. It's a bit like, I also see it as when I go to Egypt and the beach that we're on, the ocean just spreads all out. You know what I mean? And there's just never ending. And it's just incredible and wonderful. Now, think about time like that. It's expansive. It's incredible. It's amazing. Okay, so time is not linear. It's not where you are right now and you're just moving forward to become an old person. You know what I mean? It is basically never ending. And you can co-create with your creative muse and your divine downloads. You can create anything and you can shape anything and do anything, have anything and be anything that you want. Okay? Miracles are always happening. Okay? Your destiny is whatever you want it to be. So my question to you is, what do you desire? What do you want? What are you going to create? What are you here for? What lights you up? Okay? There is no timetable with anything. And I always run my life with the moon and the moon phases and astrologically, okay? So the thing is, everything is seasons. Now, I don't mean spring, summer, autumn, winter. I mean, there are seasons of fast seasons for you. For example, work. You may be in a fire season that it's all work, 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 work. Then you are in kind of a winter season, a close season, a quiet season that you just want to hibernate, okay? And you just want to be. You want to wrap yourself in a blanket and you just want to read a book and eat soup or something like that, okay? But time is basically an illusion. We've been told that many, many times before. And the thing is, when you are looking at time, you can't actually see it. You can never see it. You can only see the effects of time, as in someone's aged or whatever. You can't actually see it, okay? And so what I define life as, because this is what it is, life is so precious, I see life as a sand timer. And so you've only got the present moment, which is the middle of the sand timer, because the sand in the top is the future. The sand in the bottom is the time that's already passed, which is the past. And it is all about being present in the moment. So with time as a desert or an ocean, and not just steps forward that you know, you're crawling from a baby to a toddler and you're walking now, and then you're a teenager, then you were 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40, all the way up to whatever age you're going to be when you pass away. See it as a full spectrum of possibilities, an amazing ocean full of dreams and desires and goals. Stay positive with that and make a commitment to yourself, and a vow to yourself, because life is so precious. You need to step into every single version of you on that beach. Okay, so for example, say we're on the Egyptian beach, you've got the toddler version of you sat making sandcastles on the beach. Then you've got the little version of you who sat there reading books and beginning to write, learning how to write and read. Okay, then you've got the teenage version of you. So imagine yourself there. They're all on the beach at the same time. All these versions are there at the same time, because guess what? In your head right now, and even if you've got photographs as well that you can look back on, if you're lucky enough to have photographs. One of my dear connections, I asked for their photograph for an event, and they were like, they all burnt in a fire. So that's why I've said, if you're privileged enough to have any photographs of when you were younger, but in your head, you can think back to every single version of yourself that's lived their life up to now. Okay, but you can always and also look ahead and visualize the version of you in the future. Okay, so that's why I say you need to be positive and stay committed, because TikTok, the time is on. You never know when your life is going to end, and you have so much value and so much goodness to give, so many people to change their life with. So don't waste time, okay? Even though it doesn't exist really. Apart from, obviously, if you look at the clock, you can see the hands moving and things like that, you know what I mean? But don't be nervous about anything. But really, my main message for this podcast is my question to you. How are you spending your time? What are you doing? Are you busy arguing, being angry, being upset, debating with people, justifying yourself, sat in the ego? Or are you happy, content, at peace, in joy? Are you really living an abundant life? And I don't mean money, I mean like content and happy and full of kindness, love and joy and all of the goodness. Okay, because remember, miracles can happen at any point. If you think about your life 5 years ago, could you imagine your life right now as you're sat or stood listening to me? No. You know what I mean? What's the sentence that the quote that Tony Robbins says? You know, people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Think about it. You know, I have done so much in the past 5 years. But if you'd have told me 5 years ago that my mum would have passed away, I wouldn't have believed you. You know what I mean? Things like that. It's like, no. You know, but if I was to sit down with my 42-year-old version of myself and say, right, this is what's going to happen over the next 5 years, would she have believed me? Yeah, she would have. However, not about my mum. But life happens. And so TikTok, and I'm not going to sing, TikTok, time isn't what you think. Time isn't where you are right now moving towards your death date. See it as expansive. See it as full of goodness, of joy, of possibilities, of time that you have to make memories, give value, empower, inspire, and motivate, change lives, starting with yourself. The whole world is in your hands. The world is your oyster. Earth School is here for you. Step up, be bold, be courageous. Create, do, be, and have whatever it is that you desire, and really do the mindset work in order to bring you peace, in order to give you clarity, in order to heal from the inside out, in order for you to understand yourself more of what triggers you, what lights you up, why you are the way you are, why your brain works the way it does. Really get to know you even more. There's so many offerings on my website for you to tap into and use at your own pace, in your own time, as in time zones and things like that, in order to, really, really enhance yourself so that you are not feeling negative or anything about what's going on, and you've got the rewiring and you've got the programs so that you can reprogram your brain in a much more positive and mindful way in order to navigate and process the seasons that you are in. And so whether you choose your time to be a desert or an ocean, it's entirely up to you. Choose one, think positively, reframe your mindset with my techniques at my website, Rebecca.x.biz.com, and I will see you on the next episode.